message from the management. Eating or drinking while watching these videos is not advised. You do this at your own risk. And please don't come running to me when you snot coke all over your computer screen. Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed. And if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. It's comments time. Moon Fairy. John is stuck with this woman. He would lose the house, half of everything, plus alimony up the yin-yang, plus paying for Will and all his issues. He would be in the poorhouse. John has nothing to look forward to but babysitting and doing everything around the house. Plus. Next, John will be babysitting Brooke's children. I hate it when she calls herself and her mother Mama. So much love there, they don't sleep in the same room or same bed. The perfect marriage. Christina, she's flying her narc flag high today. Wow. Classy lady, truth, all about me and not so much my family. Jane, isn't she? She has one hell of a thorn up her flat aspen. Oh dear. Christina. 4240 to 4317. Wow, Jules. I don't know if I want to click this. 4317.
I think I might have some gray in my kitchen, but here is the true thing. And I learned this from all of the criticism when I moved in this house, and it was crushing at that moment. I couldn't believe people were being so mean to me about my home. I would have to see your home. I would have to see your home to take your advice. I would have to see your eyebrows to take your eyebrow advice. I would have to see your wardrobe to take your wardrobe advice. You would have to be someone who I aspire to be like to take your advice. That's how I feel at this moment. Like when people say, oh, you...
Wow, indeed. Moon Fairy, this woman is so deceiving. She tells a story she made up herself. She's such a wimp. I hear her saying, my feelings got hurt. He hurt my feelings. Yada, yada, yada. How much do we have to hear the same? Classy lady. 1.2 thousand likes on her video and 230 comments. All the comments are glowing. She really never tells the truth about how John financially takes care of her. Guess it's her business, but just weird to give out advice. She looks different, can't quite decide what it is. Party at New York, putting people down. Wow, this is their business. Not everyone has a rich benefactor. Here in the US, I make casseroles all the time, especially when I was raising my girls. I would cook a bunch of them on a Sunday following a recipe, but they are cooked in a casserole dish because they need to bake. Is that why they're called a casserole, though? Because you do them in a casserole dish? That's what I was wondering. It's like, would anything you cooked in a casserole dish be called a casserole? That was my point that I didn't make very well. Carrie, she's such a nasty little bee. I would have to see your house, your eyebrows. But she can see my no, she can't see my eyebrows. I can't even see my eyebrows. I have no eyebrows. She can see my skin though, just about. Her home does look like her. Shallow and empty. We can agree on that, Lisa. I know what city she lives in, and it's not Wilmington, and she does not see the ocean because she does not live at the beach. Close, but no. Lying sack. Yeah, we know where she is as well too, Carrie. But she's always said Wilmington, hasn't she? Strange. Midnight Angel. Hi, Jules. Hi, friends. Hi, Jules and friends. Here we go with another Lisa video. Her lying about everything. Who would ask her questions about anything? Unbelievable. Wishing everyone a wonderful weekend. Thank you. James. 34 to 3103. She's high.
I'm sure there is a perfect balance of that, but getting stuff handled and acting quickly, like opening a laptop and making a video like I did over 17 years ago, that has worked well for me. And so I
think she's on something, James, isn't she? Yvonne, such a lovely picture of you and your grandmother. Thank you for sharing. You're very welcome, Yvonne. Thank you. I was digging out my external hard drive to put some pictures on Facebook for our anniversary, and it was like, I wish I'd printed them out and had them in frames, but it's just as easy now. I can click on them here, can't I, and look at them. Mystical fairies.
was thinking about this yesterday. You know, they say if you want just a little bit of sun, to make sure you go out in the early mornings and the late afternoons and just stay out for like 20 minutes or something. And then you get your vitamin D and you might get a little bit of color. And I thought about that yesterday.
How is she only learning this now? I learned this years ago when I was younger. I know, there's even a song, isn't it? Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. Do you know what I mean? You only have to hear that one line and know, right, you go out before and after. And Bonnie, in other words, she has controlled everything her hubby did. What a sad marriage. Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it? It's like he could have earned more and moved, but I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I. When did John ever get a say in fucking anything? Panda, Lisa puffs herself up as a wealthy elitist, but in reality her revenue is just enough to cover her addictions. While other influencers have numerous homes, cars, Cartier, Hermes on speed dial and travel abroad, it makes her life trivial at best and she can't stand it. Yup. Linda, indeed, many bloggers live in nice homes, have sent their children off to college, do an annual cruise with their husbands, and so travel abroad, have beautiful showers for their children, wedding and baby, do lovely things for the grands, not saying Lisa should ever have grandchildren, buy a few nice higher price point handbags, cut back on the number of postings as they realise it's time to slow down, and they have managed to invest some of their proceeds. I suspect Lisa spends $1 as she makes it and always has. Yep, burning a hole in her pocket till she spends it. Panda, I absolutely agree. Watching your children grow, excel and flourish in life is the best gift. I couldn't imagine having a roommate and calling it a marriage. They have no shared hobbies like golf, boating, fishing, hiking. It's odd to live close to the ocean and not own a boat. My husband would have at least 2 and be on the water 24/7. They have a contract, not a marriage. That actually, I meant to say that on the video. She says, I don't want a plane or a boat. John wants a boat. That was the deal. John was supposed to get his boat, wasn't he? That's what you moved to that house and they had places for you to tie your boats up, whatever it's called. But yeah, and that was the next thing, wasn't it? Get your husband a boat. But no, 35 handbags were more important. Karen Rainbolt, that sounds new to me. Make good decisions on money, lol. Lisa has so much unnecessary clothes, handbags, makeup, etc. She can't even remember what she has half the time. Exactly. Mystical Fairy says, ain't that the truth? I'm sorry, Karen, if you've replied before, but the name just sounds new to me. So just in case. What is it? Hang on, let me check something. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Mystical Fairies. Strange thing to say. Aren't you still a mother now? She says the strangest things. Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're referring to.
I thoroughly enjoyed being a mom. I always tell them, I tell John,
I thoroughly enjoyed being a mum. So as far as she's concerned, that's done now. She ticked that box.
She was never a mum. Christina. She's reacting to our comments about adopting a shelter dog, but she's such a nice person, lol.
Concerned with what anybody does with their life or what decisions they make. It's none of my business. I'm not concerned with where you get your dog. I'm not concerned with where you live or where you vacation or what you do on vacation or what you eat. It doesn't even register. I'm not competitive. I'm not nosy. All those things lead to positivity and happiness. Okay.
Oh, she's pissed in that one, isn't she? So fucking angry and grouchy. Oh boy, Jules, I'm just starting, but I hope you're buckled up. I needed something. I should have had a stiff drink beforehand. Bonnie, good heavens, if I was in her head, I would be injured from bouncing around. Exactly. I don't know what goes on in her head, and I don't think I want to either. Classy lady, snooze fest, a lot of childhood talk again. If she disappeared from YouTube, no one would care. There are a million out there that are way better. She had to tear down a lot of people in this diatribe to make herself feel better. Exactly. Bonnie, oh, what a sweet picture of you and your grandma. You must be multi-talented. I didn't know you could play the accordion. What a cutie. I think that might have been my Uncle Joe's. But yeah. Is that how they measured my height? You know, how high is her head over the accordion? Her first marriage, she had all this money, a Corvette. No, bitch, you had a lot of debt. You had no money. If you did, you would have left with some. Exactly. Panda, the waitress didn't have money. John Blizzard had money. See how she's talking about how much she likes those sunscreens. Remember that for the video she does just days later. I think she has split personalities. There's something fucking off with her, isn't there? I don't know what it is, though. Bonnie, she's a nice person. In comparison to what? Exactly. Matt, oh, that thumbnail is a good one, Jules. Thank you, Matt. Jen, her home wall decor is a collection of pictures of naked women. Exactly. That's her art, don't you know, Jen? Mystical fairies, well, that was mind-numbingly boring. She can go on and on and on about herself, can't she? And did she really answer any of the questions? Finally made it to the end. Thanks for the video and the laughs. You're welcome, hun. That's how I felt. Did she actually answer anything? Or did she just fucking turn everything around to be her blowing off about whatever the fuck? That was loud, wasn't it? Shut up. Carolina.
Looked right at me and she said, and it'll deal with all of this. And let me tell you, it wasn't that I have never been concerned about all of this, but when she said that to me, it struck me like a bolt of lightning.
If she would have a little bit of decency, she would point to her forehead and tell her, first do something with this. Such low confidence. Lisa, who let someone speak to herself like this? Mystical fairies, here we go, part 2. Bonnie, boy, so condescending. So, it's quite obvious she's looking down her nose to the people she pays. I can't believe that came out of her mouth. I know. Just when you think. 6:03 to 6:22.
Is no better feeling than doing a good video, getting in my car that I love, going to McDonald's, listening to something I want to listen to, and then getting home, putting all the stuff in that goes to my editor and posting a good video. And I love it. I also love looking good.
Nothing better than being alone. What about being with family and friends, having a good time with them and making memories? Nope, apparently not. And I never understood that. She's like doing a video, going out, having something to eat, coming back, sending the stuff to the... Why doesn't she send the stuff to the editor before she goes out to eat? Anyway. Bonnie, oh my God, that is just hysterical. She doesn't care where people live, what they eat, or where they go on vacation. How ironic, but yet people are supposed to care what she does. Exactly, Bonnie. Mystical fairies. Classic narc. Bonnie, so true. That just sums her up, really, doesn't it? I don't care where you do, what you do. Right, have you... If I was a subscriber of hers, I'd be like, right, fuck you then. I'm never commenting again, and I might never watch either. Do you know what I mean? Mystical fairies.
The conference, the LTK conference, doesn't warrant a piece of my time. This is my life.
I thought she loved going to the LTK conference because it meant she could go shopping and get a load of free stuff. So she doesn't like going now. Wonder what happened.
Matter of fact, right now I'm kind of craving a trip to New York.
I was wondering when she was going to bring up New York again, since it's been a few months since she's been. And it's a good idea to take a new puppy all the way to New York. And is it a good idea to take a puppy all the... But she's not going to, is she? Because John doesn't like the idea of the puppy being on a plane, so he's going to look after it, even though he told her he doesn't want a dog. See how she does it? Doopy-doo. Wendy, love your family pics, Jules. So cute. Thank you. Mystical fairies. I used to love the Avon lady coming, I have to say. I used to collect soaps back in the day, and Avon used to do the greatest soaps. I had a huge... I'm wondering, I want to get Jed to go and check the shed now and see if I still have a bag of soaps, or did I actually give them away, because I can't fucking remember anything. I'm not old enough to remember the Avon lady, but I do remember the Avon catalogue coming in the post and looking through it with my Nana. Nana always got their talc powder. Yeah! They had some really... I was an Avon lady for a while when we lived in Wales. And the people were lovely. Even though I was English, because it was North Wales and they spoke Welsh. They didn't speak English. And they were so nice, all of them. And there was this one man... And he was like, oh, I think I need an aftershave. What would you suggest? And he was lovely. And then there was this old woman and she was like, oh, our Avon lady stopped coming. And she said, I really missed it. And then when we moved here, we had an Avon lady. And she'd come and post the thing through the door. And I said, I felt bad for her coming to post the catalogue and then having to come back and collect it and not get an order. So I told her not to do it, that I'd use her reference online. And if I needed anything, I'd get it off of there. But I used to love getting the catalogue so that you could rub the page with the perfumes and the aftershaves on. Ah, sad life I've got. Mulva, oh boo-hoo Lisa, everyone's so mean, grow the fuck up. She put herself on social media and expects every single person to agree with her, and she can't handle it, then she should move along. Do you know, it makes me laugh as well, because Lardy was the same. She came on social media and thought she'd be loved and adored, and then she was like, no one ever mentioned my nose until I came on YouTube. It's like, maybe you lot shouldn't come on YouTube because you're very thin-skinned. Panda, you haven't seen Mean until you work corporate. What a pathetic little life. Mystical fairies, people were so mean to me. She sounds like a child. Yep. Karen, her life is so great. Her husband loves her. She's so wonderful. Bullshit. I would love to be a fly on the wall and see what's really going on behind closed doors. I'm sure it's a train wreck. Panda. No, he puts up with her because it's cheaper to keep her. It must be horrible though, tiptoeing around fucking all day long, wondering if you're going to say a wrong word and set her off. Mystical fairies.
Are you dealing with aging vision? Ugh, I hate it. I hate it. I've got one contact in so that I can see the camera screen, and then I've got my regular just plain eye so I can read this.
And I've got my regular just plain eye. She has no self-awareness. What about John's vision? How is he doing and coping since he has started to go blind? Doesn't mention him, no. And she's too vain to wear fucking reading glasses.
They've always known they are top priority with me, but they are not the only priority with me. I didn't just give up my entire being for them. I made them a priority and made being a mom a priority, but they never felt like they were above John. They never felt like they were above me getting dressed or, having a life.
Unbelievable is right, mystical fairies. Panda. They were a cash obligation. Sad, isn't it? It's like I keep saying, it's like my two are 30 and 23 and they still come first. Do you know what I mean? If I'm in the middle of doing something like you've seen, you're here. You know when they come in and out. And everything stops for them. Because YouTube is just something I do to fill the time in and chat to you lot. My children are my main priority. It's like, oh, they weren't above me getting dressed. So, what happens if one of them fell and cut themselves and needed you and you were getting dressed? You'd wait until you were dressed before you'd see to them. What? She should never have had children. Melissa Bella, as my mother used to say, that woman's headed for a rude awakening. Jules, you were adorable in those pictures. Thanks for sharing them. Thank you. I think I've put the same picture in the last comments video. I'm going to have to go back and see. Oh, it'd mean taking it down and think. If I put the picture of me with the accordion twice, ignore me. It's because I forgot I put it in the other one. Because I'm stupid. Mystical fairies. Wow, her narcissism was showing in this video. Thanks for the laughs. You're welcome, hon. Wasn't it, though? On speed. Bonnie, love the ending. Thank you, Bonnie. I was wondering, would anyone notice? Wendy, agree 100. She's vile. Yep, totally. Peg, geez, Lisa really looks miserable, doesn't she, for someone who's so happy? Claudia, Jules, you are not alone in your thoughts. She cooks. No. She thinks she did. Westeros, that pic of you and your gran is so beautiful. Thank you. I obviously was very happy that day with my gran. I was always happy with my gran. And then that house that we were in, like I said, it was 3 stories and had a basement, and my gran had lodgers because back then, anywhere they went, it said no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. Irish were at the bottom of the list. So my gran decided that she'd take in Irish lodgers, obviously because we're Irish. So one of the lodgers came back one night from the pub and fell asleep, dropped a cigarette into the settee, and then woke up and went up to his room and didn't realise what he'd done. Anyway, the whole house burnt down, and then we moved into a flat on the 7th floor in a block of flats. The council housed us in that, and there was 2 bedrooms, so my mum had one and I shared with my gran. So me and her always were really, really close. MJ, question, do you all think if Lisa was making the money she makes now, back when her children were little, would she stick them in daycare to make content, or would she still keep the kids at home while creating YouTube videos? I think she would roll them in daycare ASAP. Fast.
With my children right there with me. And so...
Oh, the things you could do with your children there, like shopping at Target and looking at makeup and...
Yep, we know, don't we, MJ? They'd be gone as quick as a blink. Says yes. Joe, I can't say that word. That word only happens when you fast, and it only kicks in after so many days of fasting. Nothing to do with being a carnivore. She doesn't know what she's talking about. No, and she never has, Joe. Geez, I wish menopause was only one day. Try 5 years, Lisa. Yep. She has arrested development, doesn't she, though? The older you are, the longer the healing. Duh. Christina, she's not concerned about what other people think, eat, wear, but she copies every attractive woman, hoping she'll look the same. She doesn't care where her subscribers spent their holidays, but they have to put up with all her New York crap. McDonald's burgers, dreadful fashion, where she eats, sits. Is that shit? Oh, but she loves us all. She loves women. A huge joke and lie. She should be banned from YouTube. Oh, wouldn't that be bliss? Ada, good to see you back, Jules. Thank you, Ada. Yes, when I was a young mother, I could not go into a shop and buy the same dress in multicolours. When I went shopping, it was for groceries and trying to get my money to stretch further. Exactly. It's what we all were doing, isn't it? It's like, oh shit, can I buy that and pay the electric? Nappies cost a fortune, do you know what I mean? And it's... She never had to worry. Oh, there's a name. Vine Tabazina. You guys, full of anger, haters, just get a life. Just look at yourself. Okay. Vine. You know nothing. Maybe you should just look at a Lisa video and see what we're talking about. Ashley, yes, full of anger. You must be describing Lisa. You obviously don't know her past or her hatefulness. Sorry we've broken your delusion of her. I look at myself all the time. My good deeds, my treatment of animals, my friends and family being treasured. Much better than Lisa fake one. Sometimes it's just not worth it, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's like talking to the wall. Because why would you look at a channel and immediately make a decision without waiting around to find out why we're saying what we're saying? So if you think we're mean and horrible, go away. If you're wondering why we're mean and horrible, hang about and watch a few videos. If you still think we're horrible, that's fine. But nobody does that, do they? Jane, resting bitch face in the thumbnail. I know. How anyone thinks this one isn't anything but a nasty piece of work is baffling. Dumb fuck, I shall protest your fake, lying, manipulative behaviour as long as our Jules provides this platform to do so. You don't fool all of the people. No, just find Tabazina. Inspired equals copy. She's a raging narcissist. All she talks about is herself. She got and gets nil joy from her children and being a mother. None. No. Love the pictures of you and Gran. So adorable. Thank you, honey. My granny lived beside us. She was less than 5 foot, out and out Republican, highly intelligent enigma. Smoked like a trooper. Her son lived in Liverpool. She would just land at his door without any previous announcement. In Lent she went off cigarettes. By Easter we had to wean her off brandy balls. She taught me everything I know and admire about nature. I miss my granny every day. She sounds like a wonderful woman. Rachel, we refer to a casserole as a one-dish meal, usually layered with a starch at the bottom, and then meat, and then vegetables, and then repeat it and put cheese on the top. It's just pretty much an all-inclusive meal in one big goopy scoop. That sounds yummy. A goopy scoop. Who doesn't want a goopy scoop for dinner? Bijou, she treats Brooke like a housekeeper, doesn't she though? Panda, Lisa goes out of her way to degrade Brooke. My steamer, instead of my trusted assistant. My mother would be mortified if someone referred to me as a servant. A typical narc. I hope Brooke is in therapy. She used to be, didn't she? She actually said it herself. I don't know if she still is. And I don't know what for either. Can you just go for nothing, just to talk to people, to get your anger out or your sadness out or whatever? It's not a big thing in the UK. You know, it's not something that is... What's the word I'm groping for? It's not something that's as day-to-day as it is in America. Do you know what I mean? You talk about therapy like it's nothing. It's like going to the dentist. Do you know what I mean? Whereas here, it's never mentioned. Unless somebody's really, 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 really depressed or whatever, and then they get referred to somewhere. But you can't just go and book a therapist, I don't think. Maybe you can. Who knows? Things are changing, aren't they? SM sucks. She will never see or understand how she's an utter failure as a human being. Exactly. The pictures of you as a wee one, Jules. How on earth could your mother be cruel to such a sweet baby? I just don't get it. Thank you. That's really sweet of it. It's because she was a narc. That's what I'm putting it down. Because I grew up thinking she hated me because she was a single mother and she did blame me for everything. And I thought that was it. And it was like, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? I'm whatever age now, can we stop? But then I realised it's like, yeah, no, it wasn't just that. It's because she's a narc. And she couldn't help herself. It was her fun time poking fun at me. And with my cousin in tow, she's another narc. And the two of them together were like a fucking tag team. It was great fun. Amanda, like I mentioned before, Merle that has been introduced by rogue breeders. Ironically, weren't her parents former breeders? I'm not sure they were breeders, Amanda. I think they were just kennels. I think they just housed dogs. I don't think they bred dogs. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but I don't think they did. Anyway, Stacey, right off the bat, laughing out loud when you talked about telling Brooke to make good choices, lol. MJ, my taste buds are so heightened. Next breath, I eat my McDonald's quarter meat with cheese and I... Fucking moron right there.
And I love it every day. And that might be weird, but I'm okay. I love it. Let's see. Do you ever dream your life would turn out?
That's the one that got me. Did you ever think your life would be so fabulous? Yeah. Hillbilly has gone from eating Walmart chuck steaks to probably Walmart filet mignon, like she said, and then says she eats McDonald's and she's so much better than everyone because she's so enlightened by the taste. She's so stupid. That John could have made so much money. Statement is so dumb.
John could have made so much more money with his company if we'd have moved, but that wasn't important to me.
John could have, but that wasn't important to me. Me. That John could have made so much more money statement is so dumb. If he wanted to climb the ladder of success, John would have been doing it already before he met you. He was old enough to be, but nope, he was in the same town. Also, I may be thinking too much, but I think she throws digs or tries to compare herself to Marnie because Marnie moved with Michael and he was very successful and they lived nowhere around family. So maybe Lisa is throwing digs at that and rewriting history. I don't know. I thought I would write this before I drift off to sleep, before I forget. You could be right, MJ. Because they are always poking at each other, aren't they? In a sly way. Is that where Marnie is now with the big backyard? I remember I saw her backyard video. My small backyard. And it's like, what the fuck? Size of a sodding park in the UK. That was when she had Bosley. I like Bosley. And I loved his name as well. Panda. John worked for GE. I suspect he programmed the CNC equipment for assembly lines, troubleshooting and babysitting the machinists. They pay very well since it's a difficult position for companies to fill. My husband was a master machinist and was approached often by corporate headhunters. John doesn't strike me as the executive level personnel. No, the man with the cap that he never takes off when he sits down for dinners and the flip-flops with the bottle openers in. Stacey, you imitating Lisa doing her lips. I've watched her for too long now. What is the deal with the LTK conference? Did someone hurt Weezer's little free wings? Must have done. Because she's done with it now, isn't she? Or maybe she thought she should be higher up because of who she is and the amount of subscribers she's got. Sorry, I've got an itchy back. 3028. Donna didn't write I love your life.
Queen, I love your life.
How can you get a man to treat me like a queen? I live your life. She wrote, I live your life. Maybe it was a typo, but maybe Donna doesn't mean love. Maybe she means I live your life and I'm trying to love my life. She loved it though. I want to be treated like a queen, like you, Lisa. So, the question was top 5 favourite, but she sat and named all the damn jeans she has. I can't.
Even got I've got some really cool.
Oh, go on, brag, please. We all want you to brag about all the expensive jeans you have that are in a pile on the floor in your closet that you don't wear.
Jeans, are they
Not being funny, right? But jeans are jeans are jeans, aren't they? You find a style that you like and that fits you well, and then it doesn't matter who fucking made them. Do you know what I mean? If you like boot cut or high-waisted or low-waisted or whatever, does it really fucking matter who makes them? They're denim trousers. They're all the fucking same. I don't get that. Any excuse to just spend more money and flash her ass. Oh, look, I've got Chanel on. Tracy, there's nothing special about Totem or Kate jeans except the price tag, and I've never seen her wear Margiela. She just threw those designer names out for the sake of it. Her favourite jeans are the last pair she bought, so it changes every shopping trip. So true. I will be back in a minute. Right, back. Exactly what I just said, Tracy. Jeans are jeans. Fucking stupid woman. Sorry. TJ Ramsey. Oh, the pretty picture she paints. This entire video was about Lisa saying what a great person she is, how great her life is, and on and on. This isn't a Q&A, it's a bragathon. Who is she trying to convince? Just showing more true colours, in my opinion. Exactly. But her minions don't seem to see this at all. MJ. 5938, but I'm not saying never because something might happen.
But I'm not saying never because something might happen. Because something might happen. So I'll be right here, hopefully with my children, with my family, doing more of what I'm doing now.
Like John passes and I'll go to New York for a month because it's all the rent I would be able to afford. But really, that looks shady as fuck, pushing her hair back and looking off into the distance. She looks weird, as if she wouldn't kill a fly, but evil underneath, yeah. Oh, she's plotting something in that teeny tiny brain of hers. Cynthia, okay, proof she's in need of a white coat, and I do not mean a blazer. First, why give a lip liner a man's name? Yeah, I didn't get that either. Second, why bring your son's name into it after you've made him suffer through his awful childhood of mean comments? Third, there's obviously a control aspect to this parent-child dynamic, as she does not want her grown children to launch their lives, and she herself at age 55 plus is still an unlaunched sack of lies. So well put. Mulver, yes. And if there were so many hurtful comments about Willenbrook, then why didn't she quit her channel? Well, even if there were, she wouldn't, because she doesn't care. Narcs don't give a shit, do they? Stacey, she definitely is listening to someone about the boots in the summer, lol. She's pissed about something. I have no idea why I want to know who pissed her off, but I do. I also wish I could know what happened to LTK. This video isn't about answering questions. This is so she can clap back at the people that have pissed her off. Exactly. Ashley, oh my heart, that picture of you and your gran. Thank you for that smile, Jules. Gonna be a heat wave here in New England next week, but the air condition is in. Haha. Oh, keep cool, Ashley. Keep cool, and thank you very much. John's magic chicken is just chicken thighs with some seasoning. She calls it magic chicken. Magic because she actually eats it and it's not beef, I guess. I was wondering what fucking magic chicken was. Thank you, I think it's because we do them in a casserole dish. The stuff you show we call stews. Yeah, funny, isn't it? Is that what Michael... What's his name? The comedian. He does this whole skit about how Americans name things. It's quite funny, but you might find it offensive, so I'm not going to play it. But he's like, we've got a bin and you've got a waste paper basket. So it tells you not just it's a basket, and you don't only put paper in it, you put waste paper in it. Eyeglasses and sidewalk. Anywho, I just love it. I love when something pops up and it's like, why is that? That makes no sense. It's fun. What was it? Oh, there's this bloke. He's moved here and he does videos on different things. And he did this video and it was so funny. He was saying about there was this couple from America that moved here and they did a review on a Thai meal. And they got this bag and they're like, what is this? What are these? It looks like styrofoam. We never do anything with it. And they just flung it off. And then the people in the fucking comments were going ape shit, calling them all sorts. And it's like, they're prawn crackers, you moron. It was funny, but they were using really funny insults. But it's like, how do you not know? Do you not get prawn crackers? We get them free mostly. If you order a decent amount of Chinese or whatever food, you get a free bag of prawn crackers. Do you not get them over there? That's another conversation we'll have for a while now. I love prawn crackers. We actually had a Chinese takeaway for our anniversary and we got free prawn crackers. So I got chicken with bean sprouts and egg fried rice, and I just love scooping it up into a prawn cracker and eating it that way. But I didn't eat that many. I only had 4 because I was having rice, and there was probably God knows what in the chicken and bean sprouts, and it's like, I ain't taking my numbers for a month now till they settle down. Anyway, where were we? Lisa is leaving out some details You know, Lisa is leaving out some details in her money advice talks. I have no doubt, though, John or herself, they have inherited some money, and that sure helps. Get ahead. Let's also not forget that they still owed money on the old house. A lot of money. Like someone second mortgaged. It's a time or two money. She's never told the entire truth, and if she loves something, she's lying to herself and us. She's already behind the screens, trying to move from it. Stop using it, stop doing it, start eating it, etc. There's not one thing she's ever said or done that we haven't predicted. I know, it's funny that, isn't it? We know her better than she does. Amanda, she put photos of Will up when they all went away together, and yes, who calls a lip liner William? Exactly. Panda, Tom Ford would name a lip liner William. 'Cause he's a man. And she would copy him. These are some softball questions. Can you buy bots to ask questions? Claire, I'm also thinking that they're all set up so she can shoehorn in her latest grumps and gripes. I think she's written them herself. Did anyone else see her ask for questions on Instagram? Because I didn't. Like I said, if she'd put it in her story and it disappears in 24 hours, that amount of people would never have got the time, would have got in time to ask the questions, if you know what I mean. Normally, people put up a post that stays up. I think she's lying through her teeth. MJ, they have to be, because the questions are never even answered. She just goes off talking about herself. Always the same questions and same answers. Who in the world would think to ask if that hole was a birthmark? Exactly. That was never a comment. God, she thinks people are stupid, doesn't she? Levanity, I think Lisa is going through a midlife crisis about 10 years later than most, lol. That's most of her life, though, isn't she? She's always a bit behind. Amanda, anyone speculating on what she's about to get done? As she said in her last VT, she won't be about on YouTube for 2 weeks. Because the last time she went to the summer house, or whatever she's calling it, she came back every day to shower and do a video. And the next time they went, John and Will came home every night because they couldn't sleep down there because of the noise. And it's like, why the fuck have you even gone? What is the point of it? You could have just fucking packed up the car, gone to the beach for the day and come home. Paying for a fucking summer house to never go to, or to just use the toilet or whatever. Stupid. Mulva, thanks for doing this one, Jules. Your commentary is always spot on as usual. Thank you. Levanity, I wish her subscribers would watch this video. You speak the truth. Thank you, Levanity. They won't, though. And if they do come over, they'll just shout you smell and run away again. CC, had to watch and comment again. Sorry. Stop apologising. I have told you all. You can comment as much as you like. Dead funny. I used to watch her in the past, and then I stopped. You know, Jen Loves. It used to be Jen Loves Reviews. She used to be a teacher, and then she gave that up to do YouTube full time. And I just find her too teachy for me. Do you know what I mean? There's just something about her that I can't quite... It's like I can listen to her for a couple of minutes, and then it's like, no, I can't do this anymore. Anyway, the beginning of this video I was going to watch, she said... it was a live, so she said people were commenting, and she said that everyone else could comment after, and she said, don't worry if you want to comment as many times as you like, I won't mind, so long as you don't say anything mean. And it's like, you've never said that before, why are you saying that now? Very strange. Anyway, had to watch and comment again. Jules, I love that you shared a pic of you and your gran. She sounds lovely. Thank you, Cece. She was. Someone please spill the tea on what happened at the LDK conference. Did I miss that video? No, we don't know. Everybody wants to know. Jules, I only found Melissa a few years ago through Tammy's video, so I don't know the story, how her first marriage ended. You mentioned he died. Did they get divorced around that time? But they didn't have kids and she was broke and had to move back with her parents. Something doesn't make sense. When I got divorced, we had a prenup. I basically only got some furniture and my car. I had a job and didn't run home to my parents. So Melissa married her current husband to get out of debt. How embarrassing. Basically, yeah, John, her first husband was a John as well, John Blizzard, and he was a high school sweetheart. And she wanted him to settle down, have kids, blah, blah, blah. And he wasn't that type of a person. Apparently he liked going to strip clubs. But they used to go out and party with other couples and she had a Corvette and life was great. But they obviously were living up to here. And then when she got divorced, she had a flat. She couldn't afford the electricity, couldn't budget, couldn't fucking live on her own because she's a twit, and realised she couldn't live the life she wanted without a man. So her aunt set her up with John number 2 and he paid off all her debt for her and then gave her a budget until she found YouTube, and then all holy hell broke loose. If I've missed anything that you want to know, just ask me, Cece, or some of the others will join in. Christina, why does she always look up to the sky ceiling when she's talking, her eyes rolling up as if she wants to ask God forgiveness for the lies she tells us? That could be it. She's probably got her fingers crossed behind her back at the same time. Bonnie, well, buckle up, buttercups. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Christina, you got that right. Penelope, ouch, it was. Lisa is so empty and annoying. All these supposed video ideas, but she only puts out shopping shit. Exactly. It's show and tell all the time. Fuck all else. Unless she's riding a wave of somebody else doing something like the £2,500 hauls. Penny, she felt like she was sad. She's unaware of her own emotions. Right. Bonnie, she's unaware of most things. Wanda, yes, she is. Bonnie, absolutely no class. Yep, none. Bo, sounds like her only regret about having her skin practically lasered off is not being able to bake in the sun. Yep, and it not healing quick enough. MJ, I had to come back because her teaching moment to Will about the man riding the bike didn't sit well with me. She upsets me and angers me so bad. Her comments are snobby and cruel, like she got lucky doing YouTube and getting money from it. She acts like she's educated and her money came from hard dedication to her education and ultimately getting a degree and working hard. Ugh, I can't stand her. When I come across a person that looks like they're down on their luck, I say a little prayer for them, ask for them to feel God's love upon them and for peace that surpasses all understanding. I hope God will deal with her in a way he sees fit, preferably with a hard lesson. Kidding. A little bit. I'm with you. It's just, I love your little prayer. That's nice. I've never heard that said before. Peace that surpasses all understanding. What a lovely little prayer that is. But yeah, she'd never think of stopping and asking did he need help or whatever. And that's the thing though. She's looking down her fucking nose at this man. He might just be out taking a fucking bike ride. Do you know what I mean? He might be cooped up in an office all day or working in a factory or whatever, and he wants to feel the fucking wind in his face. And do a bit of exercise at the same time. But of course she sees him as poor and someone to look down on. Bo, carnivore was never about her gut issues. It's always been about being skinny. Exactly, Bo. Bonnie. How do you really feel? What have I said? What she said?
Done. And my skin is...
Because I've been having all these procedures. What fucking rocked her then? Weirdo.
It from fingertips to the toes every day. And you might think, well, why are you doing that? It's because I've been having all these procedures done.
Can you see what she would be like to live with? Fucking nightmare. Bo, she's definitely riding the MAGA Maha, Make America Healthy Again. Is that a new thing? Train on this video. Trump needs a new hat then. Christina, bet she made a pros and cons list as well when she was dating John. She did. She said she did. Christina says yes. Moon Fairy. Same formula for John. Carrie May, yeah, her marriage was a contract, a business deal, driven by her love of money. Because see, she gets these ideas in her head, like she said, oh, I wanted to know what it'd be like to work in an office, and I did it for a while, but it wasn't all that. She had, oh, I want to be a mama, and I'll get to do this, and I'll be able to wear that, and I'll be living here, and and it's a whole other story in her head. It's like Lardy does the same thing. Oh, I'm going to go to rehab and I'll be the youngest there and they'll all love me. And then I'll sell them Sensi and it'll be so much fun. Fucking idiot. What is wrong with you? Stop. Ba-da-da-ba-dum. Did I answer or read all of that? I did. Me Smith. She always loved English. Too bad she can't speak it. I looked up. What's a diagram sentence? I've never heard of a diagram sentence before. And this woman started explaining it. And it was like, I think my head's going to explode. I had no clue what the fuck she was talking about. And it's like, as I've said, since my fibros progressed, nothing registers in my head anymore. It doesn't stay in there. I can read something and then look away and I've forgotten it. I can't. Nothing stays in there anymore. So she's going on about this fucking diagram sentence and it was like, you draw a line and then you draw another line and then you put this here and then you draw an upside down Y and then you do that and you do this that way. And I'm like, but why? What is the point of it all? I couldn't even watch all the video. It was like, no, my head's going to go bang. I can't do this. Bonnie's laughing. Jane, her vocabulary is limited to the age of 7, in my opinion. Wendigo, maybe her saying it makes me feel yucky, lol, but saying doesn't constantly. A 7-year-old doesn't even speak like that. Her grammar and vocabulary is indeed poor. English teacher, my backside. Carrie May's laughing. Can you imagine the kids going home and saying half of that and their parents, what the hell? I've forgotten the name now. Miss Duncan says that. We're getting you out of that class straight away. This Miss Duncan doesn't know what she's talking about. Do-do-do. Bonnie, it's a luxury I can afford, but I know you can't. I know, snotty cow. Jane, exactly, Bonnie. Talk about rubbing it into the very people who pay her. Bonnie, bet most of the people on this channel, if they wanted an expensive purse or whatever, would save and buy it when they were ready. She doesn't want to understand people because she's in her own little bubble. Exactly. Ooh, this is a long conversation. Claire, is she actually having some kind of breakdown? Think you could be right. Bonnie, it sounds like she might be. And she's very focused on the sun. Is she trying to justify why she will be getting a tan? Are they going abroad and she's just not saying it? Sammy, Lisa can't face being older. Her looks are gone. Her body is saggy and spotted. Panda, this rant video was a bad idea. She honestly feels she's influenced people to laser their skin off. Her overemphasis on wealth and luxury suggests her commissions are tanking. Mystical fairies, something's going on. Bonnie, I agree. This is even bad for her. Is this true insecurity, or does she think that people listen to her with bated breath? I have my thoughts, but I don't feel it would be appropriate to write them down. I say too much as it is. Write them down, Bonnie, we want to know. Mystical fairies, and I think it's rooted in that Austin trip. Yep, that's fucking sent her for a loop, isn't it? Bonnie, can we say conceited? Yes, we can. Christina, she seems worse than usual. Bonnie says she does. Moon Fairy, I'll say it again. She's on the edge of a nervous breakdown. Her channel has become a bitching session. Let's see if it gets any better when she comes back from her hollybobs. Where's the start of this one? Someone coming in? Hello? Hello? Why are you hiding? Let me press pause.